Good morning, my neighbours!
Well, good morning, you sexy mother hubbards. It's time for an alternative paper review. This morning, we are going to the Mail, the Express and the Telegraph, all of whom are covering the tragic and brutal murder of Brianna Ghey. Now, this was a sadistic killing that really just underscores the ignorance and hate that trans people have to put up with every day. And it's a hate and ignorance not usually helped by newspapers like The Telegraph, The Express and The Mail. So although it's nice to see them cover a story like this in the terms that they have done, when you look at these headlines against the backdrop of all the other hysteria around men and women in public toilets, the ignorant mocking of like, oh, Labour can't even say what a woman is. Then, of course, you've got faces or voices on LBC like Nick Ferrari who just take that baton from the Daily Mail's coverage and attempt to do their take on gotcha journalism when they get a left-leaning politician in the studio and they're like, can a woman have a penis? So against the backdrop of all of that, I don't know, it's just like this kind of coverage now today, although it's very welcome in some respects, it kind of smacks of, oh no. It looks like the hate and ignorance that we put out every day, all of that bile that we just funnel out like a burst fire hydrant. It looks like it's reached its natural end game. It's bubbled up and erupted in the murder of a young trans girl. Like, these kids, they don't just come out of nowhere. They have been fermented and conditioned by an environment empowered by right-wing tabloids who led them to think that trans people are different, are others, and that if they take them out, they're doing the right thing. So yeah, I don't know. Although it's welcome to see coverage like this, I would take it with a pinch of salt. I give it a maximum of 72 hours until they're back mocking and disparaging trans people. It bubbles up into another horror story, and then they throw their hands up like, oh, I don't understand why this keeps happening. Next up to the Eye, who suggests that Jeremy Hunt is being lobbied to cut income tax to ease the cost of living. Which is nice, you know, I mean, it would be nice, save for like a couple of things here, a couple of issues. Number one, even if he takes like a penny off the thing, like if he cuts your income tax a little bit, it's not going to be anywhere near enough to cushion the blow of your tripled energy bills, your rent soaring, your mortgage doubling. So really all this is optics. It's them trying to frame themselves pre-GE as tax cutters. It's so they could go on the breakfast morning sofas every weekend. They could go, oh, well, you know, we've cut taxes because we are real conservatives. But it's not gonna help you. It's not like gonna actually solve anyone. Like if they actually wanted to solve the cost of living crisis, do you know what they would have done? They would have nationalized an energy company to control the bills and stop them from spiking and hitting your bank account. And when the interest rates of the Bank of England, when they spiked, they would have implemented a mortgage price cap on the high street banks. Just those two measures would have restricted and frustrated those price spikes from actually hitting your bank account at the end of every month. But they didn't do either of them because they love the banks. They're very cozy. They probably go to the same country clubs. Plus, I don't know if you've noticed it, but they're pretty cozy also with the big energy companies and the big oil firms. So what did they do? Instead of that, instead of nationalizing energy, instead of mortgage price caps, they let the banks run riot. Like you picked the high street bank. I can guarantee you that last year, with the interest rate spiking, they doubled their profits. We're talking about like 7 billion here, 10 billion there. What did they do with energy instead of nationalizing it? They invented some magic money in the treasury. They automatically credited it into your energy account. And then when your next EDF or E.ON electricity or gas bill came in, this magic money went directly to big energy, big oil shareholders. So you got bankers from Barclays, HSBC making a killing over here. You got the CFO of EDF or E.ON or Centrica over here. And they're all just hanging out, just playing with their billions, guys. Meanwhile, people are starving and riding the bus to keep warm. And then when the subject of the cost of living arises, what's the solution they float to you? They're like, oh, well, we could, I suppose we could take a penny off income tax. That'll probably fix it. I'm like, can we not just have like a little bit of one of the billions you've made out of all of this? No, you could go fuck yourself. Honestly, like they're so laughably out of touch, aren't they? They're just detached sociopaths. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see the same sort of like, you know how the right-wing rags I was talking about earlier and like the transphobic coverage that they sort of put out and it ferments, it bleeds into the psychology of impressionable minds. I'd like to start a similar kind of campaign but just about Tories. You know, just like put out stereotypes and prejudice about that specific minority of people. And they are a minority, by the way. You know, they are detached. They are uncaring and callous and sociopathic. They will hurt you. They are a drain on public services. I am Tory-phobic. And I want to see more content out there that reflects me and my prejudices.
Aid Thompson. Filthy scourge of Tory cockroaches requires a final solution.
Guys, that's it for this one. If you haven't joined the Patreon or the YouTube community yet, now is a good time. Or if you are new to the channel and this is the first paper review you've seen, either, you know, I don't know, like and subscribe, or if you can see the little 3 dots, you can pop a little tip in the tip cup. I think YouTube call it a super thanks. You know, you put a tip. Anyway, if you put a super thanks in, I would be super grateful. I'll be back tomorrow with another alternative paper review. I did a live podcast last night. That's out to Patreons and backers for 2 days now. And then it'll go out on Spotify, Apple, and just regular YouTube. But yeah, that's it for this one. I gotta go because my kids are going nutty in there. Peace!